Day 672, being Christopher Cruz. All right. So much confirmation after confirmation after confirmation that God is real, that this stuff is real, that everything I'm experiencing is real. I just feel like I go through these moments where it's like everything that I'm learning about God and everything I'm reading in the Bible, it all makes so much sense. You know, that we're in the spiritual war right now and all these different things, and Jesus had to come and die for our sins, and he had to sacrifice to cleanse us of our sins, to connect us to God, to do all these different things. And it's like all that stuff makes so much sense. And then there's these moments of like hesitation of, man, that's a really good fairy tale. You know, that's a really awesome story. It makes perfect sense, you know, but such a fairy tale kind of thing. And I struggle with that, like going back and forth between those two things. And it's like I've been thinking about that more and more, like the whole fairy tale thing. And it's like, isn't the fact that we freaking exist a fairy tale? Like, does anyone ever really stop and think, what the heck is going on right now? Why am I in this body? What is all of this? Why don't I remember anything before I was born? What happens when I die? Why are we on a giant dirt ball floating in the middle of nowhere around a ball of fire? Like, what the heck is going on? What is all of this? And so it's like, if we actually stop to process what's really going on in life and how crazy life really is the Bible really that crazy? Is believing that Jesus exists really that crazy compared to like the reality of life? Is it really that crazy? And so then I think about that, and then it all becomes less like a fairy tale. Like, is it crazy to believe that we actually have a creator, that there is something that created the universe and created us? Is it really that crazy to believe that? And the more I think about it, it's like, that's actually more believable than believing that we came out of a single-celled organism that turned into a fish and then turned into a lizard, and then it crawled out of the ocean, and that turned into this and that turned into that, and then we became monkeys, and then we went from monkeys to being human. And it's like, that seems pretty ridiculous and absurd. Like, if you really think about it, that seems pretty ridiculous. And why are we so different than all the animals on the planet? Why is it that we are so much more evolved from them, and the closest thing to us are monkeys, and they're not even close? Like, they're really not even close. And like, I know dolphins are super smart and all this stuff, but it's like, humans are set apart on this planet. Clearly, there's no other creature that dominates in the way that we do. And it's like, if this planet was created for a species, it is human beings. So I don't know. It's just like the whole thing of like, oh, that's a fairy tale or whatever. It's just like, this whole life is a freaking fairy tale. The fact that we can fly through the sky in a metal tube is a fairy tale. The fact that I can record a video like this and send it across the world is a fairy tale. Like, all of this stuff is a fairy tale. Life and existence itself is a fairy tale. Why the frick do we exist? Like, none of it makes sense. We can't explain any of it. And I think maybe my mind is resisting the fact that I can't explain God, and I can't explain how all these things happened. So if I can't explain it, then I can't believe it. And it's like, how many times in life do we struggle with that? If I can't explain it, I won't believe it. Well, we can't really explain love. We can't explain consciousness, but we know love exists. We know consciousness exists, but we can't explain it. So that's that's the journey that I'm on. So but God will open my eyes to it. It's good. It's all good.